Hello and welcome back for today's Financial News Digest, presented by FX, your reliable partner in trading. Here's what's happening on the markets today.
Alphabet stock surged 9.1% on Wednesday, closing at $230.66, driven by investor optimism following stronger-than-expected revenue forecasts and signs of accelerating cloud growth. The S&P 500 rose 0.5%, the Nasdaq Composite gained 1%, and the Dow Jones slipped 0.1% on Wednesday, as Alphabet jumped 9.1% and Apple climbed 3.8% after Google's parent avoided an antitrust breakup, fueling a tech-led rally. WTI crude oil futures fell to around $63 per barrel on Thursday, extending a 2.5% decline from the previous session amid concerns that OPEC may increase its supply. The Canadian dollar hovered near 1.38 per USD, stalling its rebound, as weak Q2 growth fueled expectations of Bank of Canada rate cuts. Ether traded below $4,400 this Thursday, down roughly 1.5%, as traders reacted to resistance near $4,530 and signs of profit-taking among long-term holders. Now let's review the major economic events of the day. At 1:30 a.m., Australia to release the balance of trade for July, following over $5 billion Australian dollars in June. At 12:30 p.m., the balance of trade in Canada is expected to decrease, after reaching a trade deficit of almost $6 billion Canadian dollars in June. At 2 p.m., the U.S. will release figures for the Services Purchasing Managers Index of August, following 50.1 in July. Tomorrow's major economic events. At 12:30 p.m., Canada to release the unemployment rate for August, following 6.9% in July. At 12:30 p.m., the non-farm payrolls in the U.S. are expected to increase, after reaching 73,000 jobs in July. At 12:30 p.m., the U.S. will release figures for the unemployment rate of August, following 4.2% in July.
And that's it for today's Market News Roundup, presented by FX. Thanks for joining us today, and be sure to tune in again tomorrow for more financial news.